Hey guys, it's me Hudson, and today I will be talking about Star Wars Rebels, the new TV show that will be premiering on Disney Channel and then move to Disney XD during the fall of 2014. I will be giving my opinions on if I think it will be good, bad, or just plain out terrible. Remember, this is very early in production, so we have no idea of what everything is. We have a very small idea of what Rebels is going to be like. If you have any other ideas to add on, just post something in the comments below. So, let's get started. Star Wars has recently released a trailer and a video about the production of Rebels, which I'll be talking about more in a little bit. So here is what we know about production and animation in the show so far. Many people who helped produce the Clone Wars are returning to Rebels, including Dave Filoni, Greg Weisman, and Simon Kinberg. The Clone Wars started out, a lot of people would say shaky. The movie was pretty good, but it strayed so far away from the original saga plot that it just didn't even feel like it should have been considered a movie. Its animation did improve in later seasons of the TV show, which I preferred the TV show over the movie any day of the week because the story made more sense when they had more episodes to work with. A lot of people did criticize the animation and saying Obi-Wan looked like a wooden statue in Season 1 of the Clone Wars, but it definitely improved by the end. Obi-Wan's hair was moving and everything. But let's get back to Rebels. The reason I just talked about the Clone Wars is because virtually the same animators are coming back to do Rebels. And they plan to go for a much different approach, saying more like Ralph McQuarrie style in the original trilogy, but we'll see how much that really does change. So here's a screenshot from the teaser trailer we saw for Disney XD. You can see this Star Destroyer is up in the sky, and then we got the planet below, and everything looks very well lit, kind of different from the Clone Wars darker look, much different. And you can see every line on the Star Destroyer, much different type of detail. I have to say I do like the look though. I do have one big problem with the teaser trailer. If you haven't already seen it, there is a link in the description to see it. Most of you probably had. There is a terrible voiceover that comes on with the teaser trailer. But remember, it is Disney XD who made this trailer. It's not Star Wars Rebels, so this is not going to show pretty much what we're going to see. Like, the voiceover was done by Disney XD. This isn't the type of voice acting we're going to be hearing in Star Wars Rebels, just like Cartoon Network made some commercials where they had their voice actors do it. So, some people have wondered what characters will look like in Rebels. But from this shot, we can't really get any idea. But at ComicCon, Rebels released a picture, which we actually see people or stormtroopers. If you look at these stormtroopers, they look much more real looking than the clone troopers in the Clone Wars. So far, I'm really liking the look of these characters in Rebels. So what about the plot and the characters of the show? Well, we don't know a lot. We've learned a little bit from some videos and reports, but we don't know a whole bunch about who's going to be in it or how they're going to interact. We do know a few things, though. The key villain will be the Inquisitor, tasked by Darth Vader to hunt down the remaining Jedi Knights. And I actually like the idea of a villain not being Darth Vader. Now, I'm sure probably a lot of you are screaming in front of your computer saying, "I want Darth Vader in Rebels!" Well, Darth Vader is such a good character because he's kind of mysterious and aloof. If you see him in Empire Strikes Back, he's kind of far away and everyone's scared of him because they don't know who he completely is. So I think he's menacing, and if he showed up a lot, it would kind of ruin the complete Darth Vader. Now, that doesn't mean I don't want to see him at all. It would be awesome seeing him. I just don't want him overshown. Like, maybe once every story arc or 4 or 5 episodes, we hear him talking to the Inquisitor, giving commands, but not like a whole episode of him talking to Grand Moff Tarkin about galactic politics. I just want to keep him kind of like he was in the original trilogy. That's what I'm hoping with Star Wars Rebels. So what about the good guys? What about the rebels? Well, we actually know nothing about the rebels and who will be showing up. They did say the show might look a lot like the Onderon arc from the Clone Wars, where rebels fight as a resistance against the government back in Season 5. So here's one thing we do know about the rebels. They'll be traveling on a ship known as the Ghost. It's a special starfighter, which is presumably how the band of rebels will travel. It's expected that these rebels travel around, destroying the Empire as they go, and each episode taking place on the Ghost or around the Ghost, them flying with it. So it's kind of a different way the episodes would look. Instead of being like the Clone Wars all over the place, it'd kind of follow this group of rebels that would reoccur every time flying in this ship. We also know there are going to be some Jedi, because in the teaser trailer, if you haven't seen it already, you can click the link. It says, "To battle the Empire, an alliance will form, the Jedi will rise, and you will know the power of the Force." So, other than the corniness, we can pull out that the Jedi will rise. There's going to be some Jedi resistance that are going to probably try to destroy the Empire, which is not going to be a great sight for them, because obviously the Empire lives on for much longer. But that does mean we are going to see the Force. So overall, the ideas of rebels on a Ghost flying around seems pretty cool. Following a band of rebels on their journeys could be fun, but I guess we'll have to wait and see till 2014 to see if it works. So lastly, let's talk about time period. The series will begin in approximately 5 BBY, 14 years before the beginning of the Galactic Empire, so 14 years after Revenge of the Sith. So we know that the Rebel Alliance is much more developed because it's closer to A New Hope. It's not like 5 years after the Revenge of the Sith, where everyone's just getting used to this empire. It's been 15 years or 14 years of suffering under a tyrannical empire. So they're going to be trying hard as rebels to get out of it because they've been under it for a while. I like this time period. It's about the right time in between A New Hope and Revenge of the Sith. So what are my final opinions on the show? I guess that's really the name of the video. Well, the truth is, I really like it. So far, it's seeming good. The animation looks good in the teaser trailer. The characters seem like it's going to be good with the Sith Inquisitor. And the time period all add up to a pretty good TV show. But the truth is, we'll probably have to wait a little bit longer till we have full trailers and voice actors for the show before we can make a complete decision on it. I'll probably make a follow-up video to this. So that is it. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any opinions on Star Wars Rebels or anything Star Wars, post a comment in the comments below or send me a PM. Also, you can rate and subscribe if you want to. Thanks, and may the Force be with you. Star Wars, all logos, characters, artwork, stories, information, names, and other elements associated, therefore including but not limited to Death Star and Wookiees, are the sole executive property of Lucasfilm Limited. LEGO Fan Productions is in no way affiliated with or endorsed by Lucasfilm Limited. LEGO Fan Productions makes no claims to own Star Wars or any of the copyrights or trademarks related to it. Images that are displayed on this site are copyright to Lucasfilm Limited or other partners on Lucas Licensing.